So I'm here with Patricia. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Uh, and we were just having a candid conversation. We decided it would be nice to go live and share our conversation with you because we really care. And it's good. It's important stuff to talk about. So, yeah.
And the question of the day is,
Are you being called?
yeah, what are you being called to? Is what we're wondering about. That's what's on our heart. Um, it's a tumultuous time, and things come up for review. Wondering what's coming up for review for you. And some of the things we thought about was lifestyle, nutrition. Do you have a nutrition plan? Do you have a fitness plan? What's on your heart that you've been wanting to address that you haven't been able to before, but maybe have the opportunity to do so now? Or maybe it's just a conversation, but we're both benefiting from creating a sense of community. Maybe you have something you want to share, a gift, a message, a hobby, a practice that you think will help others. Um, but we're feeling the need for community more than ever. So I think that that's one way to kind of perhaps develop or find the opportunity uh, in the midst of the turmoil. What's coming up for you that's important, or that you're maybe looking at from a different perspective now that we're here where we are now.
Yeah. Now that we're here now,
Yeah, now that we're here
October
now.
2020. Yeah, it's been a really insightful year. I think there's been a great opportunity for self reflection and reevaluation of your, lifestyle for sure. The home, how you keep your home environment, which affects your mind. Relationships has been huge for a lot of us, ones that work, ones that aren't working, ones that need new boundaries, new healthy boundaries, especially with everybody working from home or a lot of people working from home. So we've had this amazing opportunity this year to see where we are being called to grow. And so we were just kind of curious. Patricia and I were like, well, I wonder everyone in the group, how are you feeling? Where do you feel like you're being called? What area of your life? And is it stress management? Like, is it anxiety that needs more holistic practices or self-care practices to help manage and even eliminate that stress? So yeah, that's what we were talking about. I don't know if that brought up anything for you, Patricia, but
Yeah. Well, with learning, discovering, practicing more Ayurvedic teachings, um, I'm just wanting to be more mindful of my words, of my time, how much, and breaking things down into baby steps so that it's not overwhelming. I don't put excess pressure on myself to try new habits, replace some outdated habits with some new, healthier habits, but being mindful of the process in terms of transitioning. That has been a commitment for me, and it's a daily practice, like breath work, like meditation. If that's something you're feeling, you're invited to try or discover more about, you know, put that in the comment, that it's something you've been wanting to do. Maybe now's a good time to try. But understanding that there are other options besides the turmoil that's going on or the stress. Taking breaks from being on the computer or the cell phone for long periods of times. Make sure you take 5-minute breaks or maybe do a stretch or have a cup of tea or look out your window, listen to the birds, connect to something other than technology. Join a community, share your thoughts, your concerns, start a podcast, you know, just express yourself, and we're also exploring create our creativity, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's been huge for me. That's come up in my self-reflection and quiet spaces. It's like, oh, what does bring me joy? How is my creative energy blocked? And what can I do to unleash the play and the joy? And I started about, what was that, 2 or 3 months ago, started playing the ukulele, which has brought me so much joy. I'm excited to add that into my podcast intro whenever I get that published, hopefully soon. So yeah, just the podcast in general is a creative endeavor for me. And also stepping up more into leadership and providing more support for people. Like that's something that's come up for me over and over again. It's like, how can you really love and serve others in a way that is supportive for you as well? Like how can the energy exchange, like what can it look like? And I don't know, it's like I think that creative piece is so important for us with the joy, and I think helping others brings us joy. When we're
Yeah,
part of something and we're serving others, right? And there's a certain amount of our own stuff that we got to get out of the way in order to really show up and do that for people.
yeah, yeah. So to be mindful of your process, but also be open to sharing your process in a mindful way, in a caring, supportive way. Um, but basically, we're not alone. And when we're going through something, a difficult stage or transition, the tendency is to think you're alone, but you're not. Um, we're all experiencing something potentially heavy to sift through and digest. Um, but it's critical to remember you're not alone. And yes, by helping others or supporting, being present for others and their stories and their shares, um, you are growing and evolving, right? And it is a revolution because we're moving forward. We're going against the norm, but not in retaliation, but just an awareness of what our body needs, a reevaluation of who we are, um, and what our passions are. Like, yeah, the creativity is going to help you thrive and discover. Um, and I was wondering what your thoughts are on dance and how what that means to you or has been to you, or how it could potentially be incorporated in your creative process, whether it's writing, um, music. How is dance relevant to you? Or
Yeah, I don't really
how,
know.
how has it helped? How has it helped you evolve?
Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that question. I mean, we were speaking a little bit before the call, before we pressed record, and I think that uh, dancing. I started dancing when I was 17, and I think that dancing really, when prioritizing my relationship with my spirit was a little bit rocky, dance was still there for me as a creative outlet to connect to my own spirit. And it's joy. I mean, it's so much for me about joy, and it's being in the body and experiencing. joy through the body versus like an intellectual concept or, having a great conversation. It's like a physical lived experience. So, and after doing different types of dancing and different settings, it I don't know, it really is like for me, it just one of the easiest ways to access my spirit and my joy. I mean, it's pretty high up there on that. Like, wait, there's a free dance on Saturday. I'm so excited.
I saw that, yeah. But
Uh,
it sounds like it's a way of grounding and expressing or honoring your uniqueness, right?
yeah,
Like
because the
movement is grounding.
well, yeah, being in the body. So, like, if you think about the koshas, we pretty much wake up in our minds, right? We're waking up in our head about lists or stress or news or whatever it is, right? We've been waking up in this mind space, which is why, I really encourage people to wake up and invest in their spirit, right? Because that's in that middle kosha. So when you are in your body, it connects you to your bliss. It connects all the koshas. Like, you can't go from your mind to bliss. You have to go into the physical body, and then it can then you can access your intuition and your bliss more readily. Um, so I think that that's part of it. Um, that's the grounded part, is like actually being in the body. I think a lot of times we disassociate from our bodies. We aren't actually feeling our bodies.
Mm,
We're getting a lot of mind food. We're hearing, listening to things and watching things, like we're consuming a lot of information all the time. But just to feel the bottom of your feet on the earth or in the grass, that's bringing you into your body, which is grounding. But then it's so expansive for me dancing, because I'm in my body, but I'm like, woo, I don't care. Like, just gonna let the spirit flow. It doesn't matter what I look like, and the ego is just gone. I'm not worried about what it looks like or whatever, which took a lot of practice. But it's just like that now. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna wiggle around and feel my spirit, feel the Holy Spirit, feel the creative energy of the universe, however you want to name it. But yeah. Is that helpful? Does that answer your question?
yeah. Yeah. Um, it it's always blows my mind the notion of being your body if you want to connect more to your intuition and spirit. So this body is our temple, it's our vessel, but it is sacred and it's almost ceremonial um, when we honor it with nutritious food. Um, we give it time to digest. We give it a chance to breathe and unwind and express itself through dance or other, things that are of interest to us. So maybe that's the missing link: is how do we stay more in our bodies? How do we be more present um, so we can reach our full potential or discover our actual purpose here? You know, bring that to fruition through the body. So any practice that includes the body, breath, will bring us closer to a place feeling more centered, a place more stable, more present, maybe thinking more clearly so we can make healthier decisions for ourselves and the ones, our loved ones. Um, I was wondering if you'd, impromptu meditation that we can, a little sample breath mantra combo thing.
Something,
Yeah,
something. Can we just do some practice, Nate?
yeah.
Yeah,
Where we're in our bodies. Yeah.
yeah. Let's just do like we'll just do a quick scan of the koshas. This isn't even technically a meditation, but You could call it a meditation of sorts, but it's really more of a elaborate body plus scan. But let's do it. So, and then anyone watching, if you would like to join us, we're just gonna travel through the koshas real quick. So the koshas, just as a reminder for everyone, they're the 5 sheaths of you. So a lot of times yoga talks about mind, body, spirit. Well, yoga and Ayurveda also talk about the koshas, which is these 5 sheaths or layers. Sometimes they're referred to as bodies. So if you would like, if you're seated, maybe uncross your legs. If they're crossed, put your feet on flat on the ground and actually feel that connection through the bottom of your feet if you can, or maybe feeling your shoe. And just take a few deep breaths. You can breathe out through the mouth if you like, once or twice. That's nice. And then shift your awareness to the back body for a moment so you can lean back slightly and just let your shoulders relax, maybe roll them, you know, anything, anywhere where you carry tension, softening your eyes, softening your throat and your jaw. Now bring your awareness to your physical body, which is called Anamaya Kosha, so the physical aspect of you. And just notice anything about your physical body. If you can feel your blood circulating, if you just ate lunch and you're full, or if you're hungry, right? If you have soreness anywhere in the body, it's just taking a gentle scan of the physical body. And without judging anything, just noticing, becoming aware. Being aware if you feel tired or energized physically. And then thank your physical body for pumping blood into your heart and breathing and digesting food and doing all these cool things that your body does without you telling it to. So just thank your physical body. The temple. And then shift your awareness to your energetic layer or sheath, which is called Pranamaya Kosha. Prana is like chi, it's the energy that is moved by the breath. Just notice your breathing and notice your energy. If you feel vibrant energetically or dull, right? Maybe soft or sharp. Just the qualities of your energy right now. And it can also be the qualities of your breath. And thanking your breath. And just taking a breath or two of gratitude for the energetic sheath. And then shift your focus to monomycosha. So, monomycosha is the mental, emotional layer or sheath of you. This mental, emotional. Just notice how you're feeling right now. What emotions are you experiencing? What are the qualities of the emotions? What is the quality of your thoughts? And again, as a reminder, not judging, just noticing and observing the mind and the emotions. And this sheath or layer is very important, being able to think and feel. So, thanking your thoughts and thanking your emotions for essentially making you human, for creating an experience that you can observe. So, thanking the mind and emotional sheath or layer of yourself. Very important to have, and not necessarily always a great place to hang out in. So then shifting your awareness to your intuitive layer, which is Vijnana Kosha. Vijnana Kosha is your higher self or your wisdom, your intuition, your inner knowing. This could be uh, your body's, uh, might be referred to as body's intelligence sometimes, or third eye intuition. Now, what I want you to do is take your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows, if you haven't, and then just notice what arises in your intuitive sheath. And then thanking your intuition for anything that was revealed to you. And if there was nothing, that's perfectly fine too. And then shifting to Ananda Maya Kosha. Ananda means bliss. So this is your human right. It's a layer of your being, and it is bliss. So shifting back in the seat a little, maybe allowing the corners of your mouth to go up so that you're gently smiling and inviting in your own bliss. There's nothing you have to do. or say, just allow yourself to be here now for a few more breaths. And whenever you're ready, you could look away from your screen. Maybe yawn. Apparently, I'm gonna yawn. You could stretch or blink your eyes open or whatever feels good. Thanks, Bliss. Thanks, Bliss Layer. Ooh. How's that for you?
Good. I saw some colors. I saw green, which is the heart chakra, and it's healing, and gold. So, yeah, it just felt very expansive. Um, yeah, I was aware of some external sounds, but the silence was greater than the sounds. Yeah, I think we all need a sense of expansion, possibility. So I think the meditation is such a great place to start exploring what we different avenues of wellness and joy, as you put it, joy.
Yeah, thanks for asking me to do that. And that was like about, I think it was about 10 minutes. So,
Wow, it felt like 2 minutes. That's you said something about bending time.
yeah.
That would be one way.
Yeah, it's about understanding that time is technically an illusion, that you're the source of time, that it exists within you, and then the more space that you can create in life, the easier it is to bend time. So yeah,
I love it.
awesome. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say before we end this live?
Mm, yeah, I just want to encourage everyone to try something new. And it doesn't have to be something big, it's just something new. Uh, a little step like in the morning before you start your day, hopefully, or if you forget at night before you go to bed, what's your finishing thought? Be kind to yourself. That's my message. Be kind. Um, not always easy, but it's rewarding. Um, there's a light at the end of this tunnel, I promise.
It takes practice being
Yeah.
compassionate to ourselves.
Yeah, gentle.
Very, yeah. It really does take practice. So I like that. That's a nice message, being gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can post, I guess as far as my closing thoughts, you can post what, you know, are you how you're being called, whether it's more space in your life or more community or more compassion. I saw that in the comments, Tim put boundaries and self love.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really cool. So, how are you being called? Let us know. And we're sending everyone so much love all the time. So,
Yeah.
I'll see you in the I'll see you in the Facebook again soon.
Thank you.
uh,